Hello there, welcome to the shop, and today we're going to continue making this MAXI CNC router. So today we're going to manufacture some of the parts to mount this beautiful gantry up onto the Y-axis rails. And throughout this build I am going to be using the sort of tools you will have access to at home. Not everybody will have access to welding equipment. All the plans are available on my Patron pages, so you could just take those plans along to any reasonable welding shop. They cut the material and weld this up in no time for you. And then the rest is not difficult. You just need to be able to mark out and center pop where the drillings are. And a few minutes ago you saw me cutting out thick aluminium plate with is actually a good wood saw. Now that blade on there is a tungsten carbide tipped blade. You can't do it with an ordinary blade. Alright, it's a fine blade and it's tungsten carbide tipped. And if you're very careful, you can cut aluminium sheet or plate. But I must stress you need to be extremely careful because it's not strictly the right tool for doing that job. So throughout this build, I'll be using the type of tools that you'll be using or you could use. So for this, I'm not even going to use my big pillar drill. I am going to use a pretty, I'll just grab it. Yeah. Now for drilling, all my holes in the aluminium plate material, I'll be using this. It's actually the unit here, the actual little pillar drill unit is a Bosch unit. I've had it for about 35-40 years, I think. Similar things like this are still available, and this is just a standard, fairly good metal geared, alright, not plastic, metal geared, just ordinary electric drill. And with this you can be fairly accurate if you're steady with it. So all sort of hand power tools, that's what I mean. That's what I'll be using. I won't be using my other CNC machines here because that's all too easy, isn't it? So here we go. Okay, if I can just demonstrate here. This is for the Z axis actually, but I'm just using it here for a demonstration purpose. Now, I'm going to mount the gantry on this very thick 2" by 1" aluminium bar. So that goes on here like this. And if you notice that the distance between where this finishes and where the cross member or the gantry member actually starts is very, very small. This eliminates any sideways flex. And I'm using 10mm plate, which is going to be the subject of today's video. And here are the two plates here. I've got them clamped together because I'm going to drill them together. And so I've eliminated the length of which you're relying on any plate material to remove the sideways flex out of the gantry. Okay, that'll pay off dividends, you know, sort of when I'm machining. If you notice what I was doing there, that's a process called peck drilling. I was going through about between 1 millimeter and 2 millimeters into the material, then withdrawing it. And what it does is it breaks off the swarf and cleans the hole out, because especially with aluminium, it can grab and you can end up snapping the tool off actually, because this is like, it's going through 20 millimeter thick of material. So this is a 4 millimeter pilot hole at the moment. So I'll drill pilot holes through these, and then I'll be drilling a tapping size for M8s. Okay, so I've got my gantry side plates drilled through now. Now there's probably quite a bit of waste material up here, and in this area here I'm going to mount my stepper motor. So I'm leaving this material blank here yet until I've got the linear rails on the gantry, and then I can line it up and get it perfect. I did toy with the idea of putting the screw up on top of the gantry out of the way of any dust, but I've never really had any problem with it in the middle front side of the gantry, so I think that's where I'm going to put it, but not totally decided yet. But what I am going to do now is take off some of these. This is just rough cut. Okay, I mean it's perfectly square and that, but it's still rough cut. So I'm going to clean it up and because it's still razor sharp. Okay, so I don't have any soft jaws for this particular vise, so I've just put a rag in here just to hold it. And you can either file this, but to make the job easy for yourself, I've just got a rotary abrasive pad that does a pretty good job. So that's what we're going to do. I'll go around them all now. I'll just show you the result of that. A lot better, and it's taken the sharpness off the edge, and it's made this a lot better. So pretty well a finished part there. Bye.